Hey, everybody out there, and welcome to the 1996 NBA Season Revisited series as we begin our trek, our journey, our nostalgic journey back down the 1996 NBA season the way it was back in that magical year when the Bulls went 72-10 and the Seattle SuperSonics went 67 games. The Vancouver Grizzlies and the Toronto Raptors finally put teams together and became an expansion team. Actually, they came in 95 the year prior. But the second season, they actually had some pretty good games that showed that the NBA expansion teams could actually be competitive in a short time. Also, the year where Alonzo Mourning went to the Miami Heat. The year that, quite frankly, yeah, it was the last year where you would have the infusion of the players of the 80s really being the focal point of the NBA, and you would start to see the infusion of new younger stars coming in the next season. We already have Kevin Garnett in the NBA at this particular time. In the following year, the next draft, we'll be seeing the infusion of Kobe Bryant, Ray Allen, Steve Nash, and then, of course, Kobe Bryant. But that's in the offseason. Right now, we're dealing with the season at hand right now. And before we go into today's first game, which will be the 1996 Chicago Bulls taking on the Utah Jazz in the Delta Center, let's have a look back at the rosters the way they were back in the 1995-96 start of the season. As we start here, we'll look at we already know this team needs no introduction. The Chicago Bulls in 1996, legendary at this point. We all know who they are. At two guard, who else? Michael Jordan, who else? Scottie Pippen at small forward. Dennis Rodman, his very first season in Chicago, comes over. You have Tony Kukoc at the six-man position and Ron Harper as your point guard, starting point guard. Steve Kerr off the bench with Luke Longley, Judd Bushler, Bill Winnington, Randy Brown, Dickie Simpkins, Jason Caffey, John Buddha Edwards, and Jack Haley finding a way. I thought Jack Haley stayed on the team, doesn't he? Moving forward, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers led by Terrell Brandon and Danny Ferry, Bobby Fields, rest in peace. Brad Doherty coming back, trying to make a career for himself after the injuries he sustained. Dan Marley comes over from the Phoenix Suns via a trade. You have Tyrone Hill, Michael Cage, Harold Baby Jordan Minor. That's right, Baby Jordan. People, look, that was a thing. You got Chris Mills, Bob Sura, John Amici, Donnie Marshall, and John Crotty, Antonio Lang, Joe Courtney. Moving on to the Boston Celtics. Here's a name people probably remember, Dino Radja. Dino Radja for the Boston Celtics. Rick Fox, D. Brown, Eric Williams, Sherman Douglas, David Wesley, Never Nervous Purvis Ellison, Greg Minor, Eric Montross, Doug Smith, Michael Curry, Junior Burrow, Charles Claxton, Grant Gallagher Jr. That's a filler player, but whatever. He's not going to get it anyway. Lloyd Vaught, Pooh Richardson for the Clippers over here. We got Brian Williams, destined to join the Chicago Bulls the next season in the 1997 NBA season to become their help instrumental power forward off the bench. Rodney Rogers, a sweet shooting. He's playing small forward right now, but he'll be going to a power forward spot eventually and become one of the better stretch forwards in the NBA, particularly in the 2000s. Malik Sealy, rest in peace. Terry DeHeer, Brent Berry, the man who wins the Slam Dunk Championship that year, the son of NBA Hall of Famer Rick Barry. Then you have Stanley Roberts, inside presence, Lamont Murray, Eric Piakowski, maybe the greatest Clipper there ever was. Like I said, he just stayed on that team. Got Bo Outlaw, one of the hardest hustling guys of the 1990s and 2000s. Vander Van Deen and B.J. Tyler, Keith Tower. Moving on to the Atlanta Hawks. This is pre-Mutombo era. They have Steve Smith, Mookie Blaylock, Grant Long, Stacy Plastic Man Augman, Spud Webb hanging on at the end of his career, still playing. Craig Elo hanging on. Ken Norman, Allen Henderson, who will be Atlanta Hawk, what will seem like forever, man. Atlanta, he's like he just played for the Atlanta Hawks forever, man. Andrew Lang, Matt Bullard, Howard Nathan, Tony Mudd, Donnie Bruss, Clarence Wagner. For the Miami Heat. Now, I made this trade early in the season. This trade took place. Actually, it took place at the beginning of the '96 season, if you guys remember. Alonzo Mourning formally began the season with the Charlotte Hornets, but maybe a couple of weeks in, they made the blockbuster trade. So now he's playing with the Miami Heat in his first season there in '96 with Kevin Willis, Rex Chapman, Bimbo Coles, Kurt Thomas, Billy Owens, Kevin Gamble, Keith Askins, Sasha Delanovich, Pete Myers comes over from the Chicago Bulls last season. Stacey King from the Chicago Bulls comes over. And Ron Granderson continues to find a spot in the NBA. I tell you, it's just certain guys just they get cut. They always get picked up by somebody else the next year. I don't know how they do it, man. Then for the Charlotte Hornets in that trade, remember who got traded for was Glenn Rice. As you can see here, Glenn Rice with Grandmama still. This is just before Grandmama's injury, before he ends up going I think he's had the injury, but he's starting to taper down low. He's still at the peak of his powers, but he's getting ready to have an injury and go to the New York Knicks. Kendall Gill and Muggsy Bogues. Dale Curry, the father of the greatest three-point shooter of all time, Dale Curry. Michael Adams, Matt Geiger, Khalid Reeves, Raphael Addison, Robert Parrish holding on, man, at the age of 40 with many, many, many more years to go. Trust me, Robert Parrish ain't done, yo. Remember, he goes to the Chicago Bulls the next year to play on their championship team on the '97 Bulls. But right now he's hanging on here with the Charlotte Hornets here. You got Scott Burrell over here. Scott Burrell was a good player for the Charlotte Hornets in '96 before he got injured. Joe Wolf, my man, the man with the mullet that just won't quit. I love Joe Wolf. Then the team we're going to be seeing today's first game, Karl Malone, losing his hair for the first time. Now he's getting up there. Now we're getting into prime Malone years at this point. I mean, I won't say prime Malone, but he's like his best scoring years where he was MVP candidate pretty much every year. Because before that, he was in it, but it was pretty much a war between Jordan, Barkley, David Robinson, and Ewing. This would mark the first couple of years where Malone would now become a perennial MVP candidate, and you would see it with his numbers. John Stockton's there, Jeff Hornacek is there, Chris Morris, David Benoit, Felton Spencer. This is pre-Ostertag days, although I would think that Felton Spencer was a better player than Ostertag. Brian Russell comes over in his rookie season. You got Antoine Carr coming over. He'll be a long time stay with them in Utah Jazz for the rest of the decade. You have James Donaldson holding on with his career. James Watson. I know that's a filler player. Somebody used an NBA player of today's likeness for him because he does look like him, but he'll never get in. There's Ostertag right there on the bench as a rook, but he won't be getting in very much. He's not ready yet. The Sacramento Kings, led by Mitch Richmond, Olden Polynice, the man who was traded for Scottie Pippen on draft day by Jerry Krause. One of the great trades in sports history. I say it again, I will never not defend that. It's one of the most important trades that's ever been done. I put it right there with the Dallas Cowboys trade with Jimmy Johnson. It's right there with the Herschel Walker trade. I don't care what nobody says. It's right. Sharunas Marcialis coming over from the Golden State Warriors. You have Walt Williams, Dwayne Quaz. We have a pretty decent offense here. Between Marcialis and Williams, then you've got they can put some points up, man. Question is, can you defend? That's the problem. You got Corliss Williamson off the bench with Brian Grant, Tyus Edney. Yeah, so it's a pretty good offense they have here. This will be a fun team to watch. They won't win a lot of games, but I believe the Sacramento Kings made the playoffs this year. One of the few times they made it in the '90s. They weren't a very good franchise in the '90s, man. Despite having Mitch Richmond, which I thought and it's a shame that Mitch Richmond played all of his best years here in a bad franchise. I always had a theory: if Mitch Richmond had found his way on the New York Knicks, Like you take John Starks off and put Mitch Richmond there. It's a totally different aspect. Now you have someone there who's capable of going at Michael Jordan and guarding him, who is the same size as him, and who can put tremendous amount of pressure on him, both in the post as well as off the ball, as well as shooting threes. So it puts a lot of pressure on Mike, and on top of that, Mike's got to guard him. See what I'm saying? So it would have been, and then you got Ewing, the inside outside, and then on top of that too, he's not a defensive liability. So you got a great offensive player who can defend. I always felt he'd have been a perfect fit for the New York Knicks if they could have found a way to get him, and that might have been what the Knicks needed to get over the hump to win a championship. But I digress on that. The New York Knicks, speaking of the devil, Patrick Ewing. In 1996, with John Starks, Derek Harper at the point guard position, Charles Smith still over there. You got Doug Christie at two guard. You got Charles Oakley, enforcer, Anthony Mason, the big man with the handles. You got Hubert Davis, sweet shooter coming out of North Carolina. You got Monty Williams, NBA coach of today that we all know about. Charlie Ward, Heisman Trophy winner from Florida State, comes over to the NBA. We got Anthony Tucker, Herb Williams, Charles Smith off the bench. And I believe that is Elton Marks, yeah. They won't get in. They're bench riders. You won't see them again unless we get some serious injuries. You got Ed and one of my favorite Laker teams, the mid-'90s Lakers. People don't give a – the mid-'90s Lakers were something, man. Because you got Eddie Jones, Vlade Divac, Nick Van Exel, Ced Ceballos, and our returning Magic Johnson playing power forward and center in 96. Yes, folks, it happened. People forget it. Magic played in 96, man. People forget it. It wasn't glorious, though. That's why people don't remember it like that. But he did come back, and he played for the Lakers, man. Eldon Campbell at power forward, Anthony Peeler, Fred Roberts, Sedell Threatt, Corey Blunt, George Lynch, Derek Strong, Anthony Miller. For the Orlando Magic, you already know what to expect here. Shaquille O'Neal, Anthony Hardaway. This is Penny just getting started, too. He ain't even where he going to be yet. Like by in 2 years, he's going to be even better than this. And of course, with Shaq, then you got Horace Grant. You got Nick Anderson over here. You got, Dennis Scott, Donald Royal, Brian Shaw, Larry Stewart, Jeff Turner, Brooks Thompson, John Koncak always finds himself on the team. Darryl Armstrong, one of my favorite players of the 90s, always hard charging, always ready to throw his body around, play good, solid defense every night. High energy guy. The team that knocked the Bulls out the previous year, the 1995 NBA playoffs in the second round. You best believe the 96 Bulls will be looking for a lot of payback against this team when they meet. The Dallas Mavericks with Jamal Mashburn, Jason Kidd, and Jim Jackson. Yes, they call them the 3Js. There is no reason why the Dallas Mavericks, had this have worked, Dirk Nowitzki would never have been in Dallas because they would have been winning so many games going into the 2000s. They would never have been in the lottery to even get Dirk Nowitzki. You know what I mean? Or Michael Finley. Or even get the trade to get Steve Nash. They traded Steve Nash for Jason Kidd in a lump sum deal. That's how they got Steve Nash in Dallas because Jason Kidd was here first. So they traded Jason Kidd to Phoenix. That's how they got their hands on Steve Nash into Dallas. And it ends up that Nash goes back to Phoenix later on. It's crazy. But it's all kismet. But you got George McLeod, you got Roy Tarpley, Lucius Harris, destined to join the New Jersey Nets in the 2000s, along with Jason Kidd for their NBA Finals run of that time. Scott Brooks coming over from the Houston Rockets from a year ago, playing with their two-time championship team. There's Popeye Jones. There's Cherokee Parks, one of my favorite players because I like his name. Cherokee Parks. Lorenzo Williams, Terry Davis, Lauren Meyer, Donald Hodge. Dallas Mavericks, one of the worst franchises of the 1990s, bar none. They had a lot of fun in game, but it's only because if they could have just made these three dudes could have been so good together if they just made it work. But egos got in the way. The egos, man. They couldn't make it work. Then You got from the New Jersey Nets. You got Kenny Anderson, handles for days. You got P.J. Brown, tough as nails, rebounding forward. You got Derek Coleman. P.J. Brown will be on his way to the Miami Heat before the season's out, though, to form that nice up front combo with Alonzo Mourning. So that's gonna be hellified. You got Chris Childs. We going to the New York Knicks. Jason Williams will be a long stay there. He'll be an All-Star in 1998. You got Armand Gilliam, who refuses to give up the high top fade, even in 1996. He'll start to go out of style. He refuses to cut it off, but I love him for it. Kevin Edwards. You got Vern Fleming coming over from the Indiana Pacers. Ed O'Bannon, the man who challenged the NCAA for likeness rewards on video games, I think, or something like that. Check that story out on the internet. Rick Mahorn, hard screen setter, former player with the Detroit Bad Boys of 1989. He wasn't on the second team; he was on the first team in 1989. You got Shane Higgins, Gerald Glass, and Rex Walters, and Yinka Dare, man. Oh, man, Yinka Dare. Dikembe Mutombo for the Denver Nuggets. Mutombo here in his prime. You got Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf in his prime. The person that I personally agree, Phil Jackson said so. I agree with Phil that he's the player. If you wanted to know what Stephen Curry would be like in the 90s, go watch Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf play. I agree, because his play style was basically the same as Steph Curry's. So Steph Curry's obviously better than him, but his playing style mimics his. The high volume shots, shooting off the dribble, the catch and shoots, the forays to the basket. The only difference is, Steph never played against the amount of contact and big bodies around the basket that Mahmoud played it with. So it gives you an idea what Steph would look like if he played in the 90s. If you go watch Mahmoud play. They have basically the same play style. LaFonso Ellis, Antonio McDyess, a young Antonio McDyess at that. Byron Stiff. You have Dale Ellis, sweet shooting Dale Ellis. You got Jalen Rose over here. He was drafted there. Will end up with the Indiana Pacers the following season in a trade. Reggie Williams. You got Don McLean, Doug Overton, Tom Hammonds, Elmore Spencer, Randy Woods, and I'll try this, Roscoe Shafafi. I can't say that name. He won't be getting in very often, so don't even worry about it. And the Indiana Pacers, 1996, you already know what to expect. Killer Reggie Miller, the Nick Killer. You got Rick Smits in his prime. You got the Davis boys, one half of them at least. Antonio Davis. You got Mark Jackson, retired as the all-time second leader in assists. People don't remember that. I think he still is. I think he still holds the record, the second most assists of all time behind John Stockton. He got more assists than Magic Johnson. How much I know. He got more assists than Magic Johnson. Derek McKee, Ricky Pierce, Eddie Johnson. There goes the other Davis boy, Dale Davis, Travis Best, Hayward Workman, and Fred Hoiberg, and Dwayne Shinsis, and Dwayne Farrell, Scott Haskin, and Adrian Caldwell. The beginnings of the Pacers in the Larry Bird era. I believe Larry Bird takes over as coach in 98. Yeah. Bird's first year coaching will be 98. He's not there yet. I think Larry Brown's still coaching there at this point. And for the Pistons, you got a very, very young, but approaching his prime now, Grant Hill. You got Allen Houston before he goes to the New York Knicks. You got Otis Thorpe. Excuse me. Sorry about that. You got Otis Thorpe coming over from the two-time defending champion Houston Rockets of 94-95. Joe Dumars still holding on, even though he's getting a little older. Having to fight off a couple injuries here, but he'll be coming back strong for his last couple of seasons with the Pistons. But right now, he's just trying to mentor these young guys. Mentoring these young guys. Houston and the Grant Hill to take over. You got Terry Mills, a sweet shooting stretch four. You got Theo Ratliff, shot blocker. You got Lindsey Hunter, two-way guard, can shoot the three as well as defend. You got Mark West, inside banger. Mark Macon, Don Reed, and others. And then you got the Toronto Raptors with Damon Stoudemire leading the way, the young man, point guard, drafted by Isaiah Thomas. You got the sweet shooting Tracy Murray. You got the big man, Oliver Miller, the man who Man, that's all I can say. I said it last time. The man who ate himself out the NBA. You got Alvin Robertson, one of the best defensive players of the era, even though he's a little bit past his prime. Willie Anderson, Tony Massenberg, you got AC Earl. You got Carlos Rogers. Ed Pickney comes still over here. You got Zon Tabak just freshly drafted. John Sally getting a cup of coffee as he'll be cut by the Toronto Raptors and then picked up by the Chicago Bulls later in the season for the 96 run. But that'll come later. You got Jimmy King, Vincent Esposito, Michael Lewis, and Martin Lewis. And then the two-time defending champion Houston Rockets, now with their new jerseys on, their new court design, everything. This is the first year they unveiled it. You have Akeem Olajuwon, Clyde Drexler, Kenny Smith, Robert Horry, Mario Elie, Chucky Brown, Sam Cassell, Eldridge Kazner, Mark Bryant, Pete Chilcutt, Charles Jones, Tim Brew, Alvin Higgins, Dan George. Now, the problem with the Rockets is they've lost a lot of their – I think what hurt the Rockets, if you notice they've lost a lot of their backcourt strength. They lost Maxwell the year prior because of personal reasons. You don't have Scott Brooks now. You've lost Matt Bullard. They don't have that three-point shooting element that they had in their championship runs. And I think that's the biggest reason why we didn't see the Houston Rockets really threaten to three-peat in 96. Obviously, you have the two-headed monster of Olajuwon and Drexler still not in their primes anymore, but they're still great players. They will bust your ass. I mean, don't get it twisted. And you got Kenny Smith, still a knockdown shooter. Robert Horry still coming into his own. He's still a young player, but dealing with injuries. And Mario Elie is a dependable night by night swing man. But they don't have, you don't have, like I said, Scott Brooks. You don't have Vernon Maxwell here. You don't have Matt Bullard. You don't have all those three-point shooters that they once had before that really spaced the floor off for Olajuwon on those double teams. And when you would kick out, you almost get a virtual certainty a three opportunity. So I think that's the biggest reason why the Houston Rockets didn't really three-peat. It wasn't because of Akeem, I'll tell you that. And then the San Antonio Spurs coming in with David Robinson, Sean Elliott before he gets injured and will have to go back and I think he has to go through some kind of a kidney replacement or something like that. I don't know the extent of that, but you can look it up online if you like. You have Chuck Person, the rifleman, Vinny Del Negro, one of my favorite players. Vinny Del Negro, Avery Johnson, Doc Rivers, and I think this is his final season in the NBA before he goes and start doing commentary and then becomes a great NBA coach later. Then you have Greg Cadillac Anderson, J.R. Ria, North Carolina, Dale Demps, Corey Alexander, Brad Lohaus, Will Perdue, former Chicago Bull player, comes over his first year with San Antonio. Carl Herrera comes over from the Houston Rockets. Again, another vital player the Houston Rockets lost, now plays for San Antonio. You got Howard Isley, destined to join the Utah Jazz in next season. Then in the Phoenix, Charles Barkley, and what will be his final season in Phoenix, holding it down with Kevin Johnson, Danny Manning. You got Hot Rod Williams, AC Green, a young Michael Finley as a rookie. You got Wayman Tisdale. You got Wesley Sweet shooting Wesley Person. You got Elliot Perry. You got Tony Smith coming over from the Lakers. You got Big Joe Klein coming in to intimidate and get boards. You got Chris Carr, Mario Bennett. And then the 1996 SuperSonics, you got Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, Detlef Schrempf, Hershey Hawkins, Nate McMillan, Sam Big Smooth Perkins. Don't leave him. You don't leave Big Smooth for three, man. Big Smooth don't miss them open threes, man. You got Irvin Tragic Johnson. So we used to call him Irvin Tragic Johnson. Frank Brickowski, stretch five, one of the best stretch fives of the era. You got David Wingate, good swing man. Eric Snow, destined to join Allen Iverson. Hey, Kid Box. How you doing, man? You missed this era. Hey, that's why I'm doing this, man. We're just gonna play games and watch it all play out organically, brother. Thanks for coming to the channel. I hope you like it. Give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And make sure you check out the other eras I have too, man. I'm doing just in case you're new to the channel, I'm doing the 1980 season as well. Remember when Bird and Magic came in as rookies? That's the year Bird played power forward and Magic played two guard with next Norm Nixon. I'm doing that one. I'm doing 1989, the year Michael Jordan played point guard in 89. We're doing 1992 season, and we're doing 98, the Last Dance season. Also, we're doing 96, as you're seeing right here. And we'll be doing the 2008 season as well with the first year of the Big Three era in Boston, alongside with Kobe Bryant getting his team made over for a championship and Dwight Howard and all that stuff. So it's a lot going on over here, brother. You're coming at a pretty cool time, man. Minnesota Timberwolves over here with Isaiah Ryder, Christian Laettner, Terry Porter, Tom Gugliotta, and a young. Anything is possible! Kevin Garnett, yes, a rookie Kevin Garnett, yo. 1995, 1996. Anything is possible. Those old T-Wolves jerseys, man. I ain't seen these Wolves jerseys in so long, man. And keep in mind, back then, KG was playing small forward, bro. Remember, he came in as a small forward. He wasn't a power forward when he came in the league. So then you got Michael Williams, Doug West, Sean Rooks, Sam Mitchell, got Mark Davis, Jerome Allen, Eric Riley, Marcus Bragg, and others. And then for the Portland Trail Blazers, you already know. You got Uncle Cliffy holding it down. Rod Strickland handles all day. Some of the best handles you ever seen in your life. Sabonis. Hey, I love Sabonis, man. I had him playing last night on the 1989 series. We saw some of his passing. It was amazing. You got Harvey Grant over there. You got Aaron McKee, destined to join the Philadelphia 76ers to join Allen Iverson in their playoff run in 2001. You got Buck Williams holding it down, still holding on past his prime, but he's still there. Chris Dudley, one of the best hard-nosed bangers in the NBA. Ain't a hard foul this man never met he didn't like. That's all I can say about Chris Dudley. He love a good hard foul. James Robinson. There's Gary Trent. There's Randolph Childress, Bill Curley, Anthony Cook, David Wingfield, Darnell Posey coming off the bench for the Portland Trail Blazers. And out in Golden State, then the final year of their teammate together, you got Tim Hardaway and Chris Mullin with Latrell Sprewell, Ronnie Cycli, Jerome Kersey, Joe Smith. This is a hell of a... And you got B.J. Armstrong comes over. Remember, B.J. comes over after the 95 season from the Chicago Bulls. So this is a pretty good offense, man. You got Tim Hardaway. Even though Chris Mullin's starting to get a little up there now, he's not the player he once was. Tim Hardaway's here. And Tim Hardaway is going to get even better. He's going to Miami. But you got Tim Hardaway. You got an all-star level caliber, Latrell Sprewell, who at this point is a slasher who just never gets tired and runs the floor all day. You got Ronnie Cycli, who's a dependable inside player who can get you a bucket on the low block. You got Kersey, who at this point, not the athlete he once was like he was in Portland, but can still go down there and run the floor and still bang for you. You got Joe Smith, who can stretch the floor from you to about 20 feet and rebound, a little bit of a back-to-the-basket game. You've got B.J. Armstrong. You already know what B.J. is, knockdown shooter from them corners. You get B.J. in them corners for three, he going to make it. Then you got Chris Gatlin. He's a, man, bona fide post-up scorer. Then you got Daniel Marshall, again, a stretch four. And then you got Clifford Rozier. And then you got John Barry, one of Rick Barry's sons. You already know what to expect there, three-point shooting. Andrew DeClerc, hard, good screens being set. David Wood, and Reggie Jordan. So this is a pretty good offensive team, but what would you expect from Don Nelson's team? You know Don Nelson always put good offensive teams together, no matter what. And I believe that's it, guys. That's the final team, yeah. No, it's not. We got the Philadelphia 76ers. Look at those jerseys, y'all. Look at those jerseys. Now that's throwback. I ain't seen them Sixers jerseys in forever. You got Clarence Witherspoon, Vernon Maxwell, Sean Bradley, rookie Jerry Stackhouse, Richard Dumas. Comes over from the Phoenix Suns. You got Sharon Wright, Derek Alston, Jeff Malone holding on, comes over from the Utah Jazz. You got Scott Williams going over here after leaving Chicago. After his run, Chicago's over here now. You got Tim Perry, Greg Graham, Elmore Bennett. You got DJ Taylor, Carson Mills. Then for the Milwaukee Bucks, not doing too well, you got Big Dog, Glenn Robinson, and Vin Baker just getting their careers started. You got Todd Day. I just love Todd Day, man. Todd Day was supposed to be a superstar. He just never panned out. He was supposed to come in the league and be one of the best. He was basically supposed to be what Ray Allen ended up being before Ray Allen got there. You know what I mean? Todd Day had so much hype back then, but he just never lived up to it, man. Then you got Johnny Newman. You got Lee Mayberry. Eric Murdoch. Good. He'll end up in Miami. Good defensive player. Good three-point shooter. Marty Colon. You got Anthony Bowie. He'll be with the Orlando Magic in a trade, I believe, coming off where he'll get waived and get picked up. You got Terry Cummins, though. Man, this dude stay on a roster, man. He can. It's just certain dudes that just, you don't ever notice in the NBA, it's just certain dudes, even when they get cut, they just find some other team to go to. Terry Cummins was one of those guys. He was on I think he was on the Spurs, the Knicks, the Bucks, as you seeing right here. He was on the Bucks twice. This is his second time with the Bucks. He was in the Bucks in the 80s. So he's back to the Bucks again right here. He just won't stay gone. You got Sean Respert. You got Randolph Keys. Alton Lister, another guy just won't cut his career off. 37 years old, still playing. And Kevin Duckworth comes over from the Portland Trail Blazers. Get a cup of coffee. And the Washington Bullets. And this is an interesting team because look at this roster. You got Chris Webber, Jawan Howard, two of the Fab Five from Michigan. If you know your basketball history, you know everything about that. And then you got big 7'7", 303 pounds, George Murison. And then you got Rasheed Wallace off the bench as your sixth man. Tim Legler at the the two-guard position, and shooting the lights out at this point in his career. Mark Price coming off the bench. Or starting, I believe. I checked that. I believe he is starting. No, he's starting. Price and Legler's in your backcourt, and Rasheed's coming off the bench with, I believe, Calbert Chaney as your starting two-guard. Yeah. Then you got Robert Pack, I say this on every one of my streams, one of the best little dunkers that you have ever seen. He's 6'2", but he is one of the greatest little man dunkers you will ever see. Jim McIlvaine. You got, Mitchell Butler, Bob McCain, Jeff Webster, Anderson Ingram. And that's it, everybody. That's all the rosters. That's the way it was in 1996, guys. And without any further ado, with that roster unveiled now, let's get to the first game of this look back of the 1996 NBA season. And we started out with a dandy. We're going to start with a dandy, guys. It's the Chicago Bulls coming in, the newly retooled Chicago Bulls coming in, looking for revenge against the Orlando Magic. What happened to them in the playoffs against the Utah Jazz, who are likewise trying to get their stuff going because, remember, Utah came within, remember, they lost to the Houston Rockets in the first round when they had the home court advantage. So they're looking to try to get their season going. So a lot to prove for both of these teams in 1996, guys. And we'll see what happens here as these two teams match up and what is going to be a marquee matchup. Of course, I'm going to play with the 96 Bulls to start because it's just too much fun. How can I not? Part of me wants to play with Utah, but it's Michael and Scotty, man. I love these guys. So I'm going to play with the Bulls and run this offense, man. And by the way, I want you guys to take notice. We've already done the 1985 look back, and we've seen a Jordan game. And what's going to be interesting about this series is you're going to see Michael Jordan playing in different styles of his career at different times. Obviously, in 85, it was a much more isocentric offense that he ran, with a lot more floor loading. What I mean by floor loading, you basically send all four guys to one side of the court and let Michael just basically beat his man, and then you run catch and goes off pin downs. That's pretty much what they ran back in that mid-'80s with Michael. In 89, Jordan's playing point guard. We haven't seen that yet. I haven't showcased that yet, but I will. Here you're going to see a lot of off-ball movement, post-ups, catch and goes from the mid-range, and MJ trying to score in transition off Pippen, trying to find him on wing catches. So It's a different style of Michael Jordan in every era. And then, of course, in the 98 series, you're going to see how Michael looked then when he's a much older man, not quite as athletic, but just as efficient as you would imagine. But without any further ado, guys, let's get into this series. 1996 Chicago Bulls tipping off against 1996 Utah Jazz. Let's see what happens. If you please give it a like, subscribe, and most importantly, sit back and have fun, guys. Let's do it.
Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. We'll watch the Chicago Bulls in this one as they go up against the Utah Jazz at Vivint Smart Home Arena. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Coach Mike Fratello. On our sideline, David Aldridge. Who doesn't love a good rivalry, Clark? I know you and I do, especially one that spans across conferences.
Yeah, you know, rivalries are so rare, and when they're as good as this one, they're special. These teams have history. There's a lot of pride on the line every time they match up.
Now, here's Rodman. Here's Jordan. The shot's good. Rodman making the play.
I think Jordan could do this all day long. I mean, the mid-range area is a very comfortable area for him.
Pass to Malone. Good work defensively by Rodman. Outside Harper. Outside Jordan. Now here's Longley. He's guarded closely. Clock at 4. The Bulls need to get a shot off. The 3, Pippen. Rebounded by the Jazz. Takes a step back. Here's Hornacek. It's hauled in by Longley.
And the defense was ready for that. They know he's a threat at the rim and swarmed him on that layup.
Outside Pippen. Pass to Longley. Back to Pippen. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. To the paint. Hornacek with the steal. Outside Russell. Down low. Here's Stockton. And the rejection by Pippen.
Pippen putting in the work to get there for the denial. That was really a nice hustle play.
Jordan inside. Hornacek covering. Jordan's shot is off. Stockton passes to Spencer. And he dunks it down.
With an attack on the rack.
Both of these defenses are playing tough at the beginning, man. Everything is contested.
No problem at all.
And with that ability, he makes defenses very uncomfortable.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. After the basket by Utah. Harper's shot's good.
Well, Harper was ready to go. He's just waiting for the ball to go on the attack.
Hornacek against Jordan.
I might put Pippen on Stockton here soon.
By Malone. Here's Hornacek. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the...
As a matter of fact, we're going to go to that matchup right now. We're going to put Pippen on Stockton and let him go and let him guard him up the court. We're going to put the hit man on him. We're going to extend the pressure too. He'll be guarding him up full court. Old school style. On ball pressure. Tight. Smother him. Get him, Scotty.
And we'll shoot 2.
You know, that's what we call a good foul. Make them earn it at the line.
It might not be pretty, but that's the right play in that situation. He saved the layup with that foul.
And he makes both free throws.
And he's been locked in from the line, proving he's someone that you don't want to foul.
Outside Harper. Outside Pippen. Jordan, the pass to Pippen. Over Hornacek. Pippen, no luck.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
They get the rebound. Malone. And it's Malone finishing it off.
The flush. Malone is another level athlete.
Harper the pass to Rodman. To the right side. Here's Longley, and it's blocked. Russell kicks to Stockton. Malone, a screen on Harper. Shot clock at 6. Here's Stockton. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
You know, when Stockton needs to turn up the aggressiveness, he knows how to do that.
They want to break this scoring drought, Mike.
Well, they've had a lid over the basket for a while now.
Indeed. Outside, Rodman. Here's Jordan. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Rodman.
Now, we brought Jordan that time. Let's go ahead and diagram this play right here. We did a weak side rub. Again, I was talking about doing weak side rubs to get post injury back, like after we saw what Wembanyama was doing with Caruso the other night. This is what I was suggesting that what San Antonio could do with Wembanyama. What you do is you start the ball strong side here, and you put your offensive player that you have intended on the weak side, and you want a rub across the paint to get the defense thinking something differently, and then you get a entry post already set up. Now it's just a matter of making the post pass in there to your good offensive player. One dribble, catch and go. He's already got the advantage. It's just a matter of making the shot. That way you don't have to work so hard. You don't want your best offensive player having to grind himself, posting up. Now, they had Wembanyama getting the ball out here, trying to post up Caruso and bagging back all the way here. Instead of just, again, use a weak side rub, bring him across the face of the defense to the ball, and post entry. It's simple.
Jordan's got his second bucket of the night.
This is who Rodman is, willing to do whatever he can to help the team win. Nice dime right there.
Time called here. The Jazz decide to talk it over.
It's your Utah Jazz champions.
Malone passes to Stockton. Screen by Malone. Just 5 on the clock. From 13, over Rodman. Malone can't hit.
The defense made an impact right there. Definitely got him uncomfortable going up with it.
Outside Pippen. Pass to Jordan. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Well, he could have earned some style points there, but he really doesn't need to use the fadeaway when he's that wide open.
Pippen against Stockton. Out to the right wing. Russell finds Malone. Back to Russell. Here is Stockton. Three-pointer. Another miss by Utah.
I think that's how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
You're right. Anything less than lockdown defense on him will result in 3 points. You can count on that.
Now here's Pippen. Still scoreless. Longley passes to Harper. That gives them the lead.
Triangle offense working right there.
Likes to shoot it from.
And so Stockton will bring it up for Utah. Trailing by 2. Pass to Hornacek. They could use a bucket. That shot no good. Good D by Jordan. Deep 2 from Pippen. Kicks it out to Jordan. Harper with the ball. Screen by Jordan. Another shot, and the jumper is on the mark.
Bulls offense executing masterfully right now.
This is Jordan to a T, an active scorer who's ready to fire off the catch.
Timeout is called.
Boy, that 96 Bulls half-court execution is beautiful.
What did you put the most importance on?
Well, just figuring out team chemistry is big at this point. You have to determine which players work best together. Then you can start finalizing rotations.
Morris is checked in for Utah.
Number 43, Chris Morris.
Pass to Spencer. Nice ball movement by Utah. Stockton the pass to Morris. 6 on the shot clock. Wants to get it to Malone and does.
As the youngest of 9 children, Malone had to be strong growing up. And that physicality is clearly translated to the basketball court.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far.
Defensive game right now, though. Even with all the stuff that Chicago's doing, Chicago's having to work really hard to get shots for guys. You're noticing that most of all the offense is coming off passing and screening. There's not a lot of one-on-one plays going on, and it can't because Utah's defense is so good in the half court. You have to be really, really precise or tricky so forth. You can't just rely on, one-on-one plays because they help on defense so well. Both teams do, actually. Now we're seeing Wingington come in and coach. Jordan will now slide to the – no, Jordan's still playing 2-guard right now. Coach is at small forward. And Kerr's at point guard.
That one misses.
We see the extra work he puts in from the line. It shows through when he needs it most.
Out to Kukoc. Back to Kerr. High post, Jordan. Stockton's on it. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points.
Michael Jordan.
Coming up.
The master of minimalism. Minimal dribbles. Killed his man. Let me show that again. The footwork on this. I think it was like 2 dribbles and he killed the entire Utah Jazz defense, man. Caught the ball, pinch post area, reverse pivot, got inside, and got fouled. Oh, man.
Tonight. On the free throw, no good.
And the athleticism of Jordan is out of this world. Simply just an incredible player who does whatever he wants on offense.
Fantastic finish.
Clark, he's made a habit of dunks like that.
Very comfortable off the floor.
Lobs it up for Jordan, and the dunk by Jordan.
Michael Jordan. He's back. Baseball is over.
Throw down the alley-oop. Nicely done.
Now, here's Stockton. To the inside. Malone. And then Malone.
But the mailman is delivering right now. He's coming on strong.
You make the most of a screen.
Let's go ahead. Both teams doing backdoor plays to get dunks here. Let's go ahead and show what the Bulls just did because it's kind of funny. They just went like with tit for tat. I hate to keep cutting the game, but it's like we're seeing some good execution here. Rob is going to set a screen for Jordan. Jordan sees it, just kills him. Speed cut. Malone can't jump with him. Jordan catches it. Bam. Left hand jam. Then Utah comes right back. Here comes Malone. He's already trying to set it up on Rodman. He's got the angle set. They're going to run a cross rub, it looks like. Here comes Morris. Spencer. Bam. There it is. Speed cut by Malone. Boom. Right back at you, Jordan. So, man, you're seeing 2 of the greatest scorers of all time scoring and not even dribbling. I think Malone and Jordan have already got like 10 points, and they barely even dribbled. Beautiful.
I agree. Freed him up enough for the emphatic finish.
That's exactly how coaches draw it up. Great screen and let the ball handler do the rest.
Pass to Kukoc. Back to Jordan. Over Morris. And it's Utah with the rebound. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
This is how you execute inside. Morris showing some great poise.
Right side, Kukoc gets the 14-footer to fall. And the Bulls lead by 3.
He has a particular set of skills, and they're very fun to watch.
Stockton outside. Here's the floater. Does not find the basket. His third miss. He's made just 1 so far. Jordan outside. Rodman sets the screen for Jordan. Elbow shot is on the way. And that's good for 2. Jordan's got 14 points for the game.
You know, because Jordan is so spectacular, sometimes his strong fundamentals are overlooked. And he keeps it simple. Why get fancy when the pick and roll works like that?
And the Jazz call time here. Donaldson, he's checked in for Utah. Hornacek comes in for Malone. Here's Donaldson. Morris outside. 6 to shoot. It's Hornacek on the wing. He's defended by Jordan. Hornacek, no luck.
Not officially a block, but it's one in my book.
He really affected the shot. Was in great position. Textbook defense.
Here's Wennington. Kerr outside. Good, and the assist goes to Jordan. And now an 8-point Chicago lead.
How about the distance on that one? Kerr's range goes no bounds.
Stockton looking around. Shot to stop the run. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
The threes are falling.
We got a ball game, folks.
This is modern basketball. You got to have that long distance threat.
We've got 1:18 left here in the opening quarter. Rodman with a screen on Hornacek. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go.
Man, this is good old-fashioned 90s half-court execution on both sides. Not a lot. Ain't been too many fast breaks, has it? I'll tell you one thing, Jordan's on fire, man. He's got 14 points on 78% shooting. And most all the shots have been open, or it's on backdoor cuts. He's getting wide-open looks, man.
The first one falls, and Utah making a change here. Carr's checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Jazz trail by 7. Hornacek outside. 59 seconds left in the first quarter. They set the screen. Here's Morris. Jordan with some nice D. The Bulls leading by 7. Over Morris. Rodman against Carr. Here's Wennington. It's rebounded by Donaldson. Utah's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Morris with the ball. He's picked up by Jordan. Morris kicks to Hornacek. Misses the three. Jumps up. And it's Jordan with the jam.
He breaks out the tomahawk. Power finish right there.
And Clark, we could feel the rim and the floor shake after that. Wow.
What an aggressive move.
Utah went to the offensive glass and Jordan broke out. They didn't get back.
And so it's Michael Jordan making things happen.
Jordan with an exhibition.
Scoring, rebounding. He was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. Back to the action in just a minute.
Man, this dude has scored 16 points in every way you can. Post-ups, drives, backdoor cuts, fast break. We saw it all from Jordan that quarter, man. And it was all efficient. He didn't even overwork himself.
Just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys.
They're playing point guard now.
Controlling the boards is a major advantage. They're making the most of it here early.
Being much more physical on the glass.
Now, here is Morris. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Kukoc grabs the miss.
He gets the ball in close to the hoop, but is just unable to finish the job.
And here's Pippen. He has yet to score. There's the screen. Pass to Wennington. Inside. Here's Caffey. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
I got to show that one. We went to a high-low pass entry on that one. I didn't think it was going to work. It was supposed to be either a two-way go where you get a screen. First, actually, a three-way. It's a pick and roll, obviously. If it works, Pippen could go baseline. If they pop off and play it too loosely, you got Wennington out high for the jumper, which he can hit in this area. Or you have a post-entry pass on the slide-in right here by Caffey. They played the first three options, the two options. We got Caffey, but Caffey had to make a good fake and got open. So we had three. Basically, that play was designed to have three opportunities on it. It was good defense by Utah. They just couldn't finish it off. There's your pick. They take the baseline away. They take away Wennington's jumper. The entry pass is there. There it is. Beautiful basketball.
Caffey's got the lead up to 11 now for the Bulls. And for the Jazz, their shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. Up top, Morris. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
That shot was too good to pass on, but he just couldn't get it totally dialed in.
Kicks it out to Kerr. Pass to Wennington. Pippen against Hornacek. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Boy, Pippen gets the bucket and is going to shoot the and one. Excellent concentration there.
And the last few years, 2 exhibition games played in Toronto, and Commissioner Stern, Mike, called it a safe step to expand there. When does it happen?
The wheels are in motion. Great attendance at both of those exhibition games. A tremendous appetite for NBA basketball in the Great North.
Now, here is Hornacek. From deep. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
Hornacek squaring up from deep.
Bulls offense has been better than Utah. Way more assists thus far. Here is Kukoc. Not there.
Kerr outside. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. From the arc. Can't get it to fall. He's missed the second after making his first. Now, here is Morris. He's covered closely. It's blocked.
With authority. Wennington coming at the shot with those long arms for a swat.
Utah calls timeout. Just 4 to shoot. Off the inbound, and the rejection by Pippen. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And the Bulls with another miss.
That's a quality shot right there. It just didn't fall for him.
Hey, they don't all end in scores. Great execution, and they're happy that they had that kind of a chance.
Now, here is Morris. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. On the wing, Kukoc lets the three fly. Buries the long-range jumper. Kukoc
Scottie Pippen.
5 points so far.
Kukoc, a reliable shooter off the catch. He's got a nice, sweet lefty stroke.
Into the lane. It's stolen by Kerr. And now, here's Pippen with the fast break chance. And that one's good. Caffey.
I love the way he got right to the rim, all the way to the basket. Didn't settle that time.
Running the floor and just doing an excellent job out hustling everyone else.
Now, here is Morris. Pass to Hornacek. Pulls up on the wing. And it's good off the back rim and in. Hornacek's got 5 points now this quarter.
I really do love Hornacek's shot selection. It's why he shoots a fantastic percentage.
Pippen, the pass to Kukoc. Outside Pippen. Back to Kukoc. Clock at 6. It's Pippen on the wing. Hornacek covering, and it's Pippen missing. Jazz trail by 14. So looking it over. Hornacek outside. Morris with a screen on Pippen. Pippen against Hornacek. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. John Stockton, he's checked in for Morris. And Chicago also making a switch. Longley's checked in for Wennington. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. On the wing, Kukoc. Back to Pippen. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Longley. Lets it go with a 3. And Scottie Pippen good for 3. Pippen's got 6 points.
Scottie Pippen, a dependable shooter from here now. Like how he gets his feet set first. That's fundamental, but essential.
Stockton against Pippen. Here's Hornacek. Happy to see that one going after missing 6 of his 9 shots today.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Pippen outside. To the left wing. Kerr the pass to Caffey. Outside, Longley. Pass to Kerr from 17 feet out. Another one falls for Chicago.
You know, this is what the defense has to be doing against Kerr because he stays so cool and composed in getting off his shot.
Pulls up, high post. His shot is good. Scores his 3rd basket in 6 tries. Shooting 50%.
Room to fire from mid-range, and he's more than capable of knocking that down.
Kerr outside. Now here's Longley. Defense right on him. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Longley is 7'2". Nice job there using his size to get the defense's attention inside.
And the first one drops. Karl Malone's checked in for Utah. Morris comes in for Hornacek. Then for the Bulls. Rodman comes in for Caffey. And it's Jordan in for Kerr. Both free throws good from Longley.
And every team would like to have a player like Longley. He's an unassuming guy who plays to his strengths and does what's best for his team.
Now here's Stockton. He has 7. Pass to Malone. Over Rodman. Dennis Rodman pulls it in. Rodman's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pippen kicks to Rodman. Now Kukoc. He's guarded by Russell. Jordan, that's for 2. And a great assist by Kukoc as that one goes in.
And once Jordan gets rolling, you're done. because he's relentless in how he continues to attack.
Stockton against Pippen. Stockton outside. Shoots over Pippen. A nice shot by Stockton. Stockton's got 4 points in the quarter.
Trust Stockton to make smart play calls like this one, using the pick and roll to get himself free for a high-quality shot.
Kukoc pass to Rodman. Russell against Jordan. From 13, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. 8 points here for Scottie Pippen.
All the height and length of Pippen, a factor there, helping him beat the shot contest.
Malone with it. He's got 7. On the wing, Stockton. Shoots over Pippen, and it's Stockton scoring on a gorgeous play. Stockton's got 11 points.
From mid-range now, Stockton can light it up. He'll take those shots anytime he can.
Jordan looking around. Now here's Longley. D right on him. Here's Kukoc. The offensive rebound. Pippen kicks to Jordan. Pippen the pass to Jordan. Now here's Longley. Second chance shot. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Jordan's got 22.
Jordan has no problem with being closely guarded because it doesn't bother him in the least.
Out to Russell. That's good, and a nice assist from Stockton. Stockton's got 3 assists in the game.
A nice sense of when to move the ball and get the assist.
Now here's Rodman. Scoreless thus far. Jordan the pass to Kukoc. Now here's Longley. He's guarded closely. Pippen outside. To the middle. Kukoc. And he hits it just before the shot.
Man, the Bulls' execution is just sick. This is sick.
Size to advantage. Like seeing Kukoc mix it up and convert from there.
Here's Stockton, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Pippen. Utah shooting their 5th and 6th.
Man, this is just ridiculous what the Bulls are doing to Utah right now. They're just taking them apart in the half court, man. Jesus.
Free throw good, Stockton.
Tell you what, if you let me pick just one point guard to run my offense, man, you could not go wrong with John Stockton. He might be my first pick. He's a prototypical textbook point guard.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Spencer's checked in, and it's Hornacek in for Morris. Ron Harper, he's checked in for Chicago. The Bulls leading by 17. Jordan outside. Back to Harper. Rodman against Malone. Just 5 to shoot. Longley passes to Pippen, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
You know, that's about as good a defensive play as you're going to see. Instant reaction to get a hand on the shot. Beautifully done.
.158 left in the first half of the game. Hornacek outside. To the paint. Here's Stockton. And the rejection by Pippen. Here's Jordan. And the jam by Dennis Rodman.
The leaping ability of Rodman becoming a factor, taking it straight to the rim.
Jazz trail by 19. Outside, Russell. Down low, Malone. And then Malone with the dunk.
That's a good find, setting his teammate up for the score.
Chicago's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Pippen, the pass to Jordan. Fades away. And Spencer pulls it down. Spencer's got 4 rebounds in this game. Stockton right side. The shot missing. Some solid defense by Rodman. Jordan passes to Harper. Pass to Jordan. Over Hornacek. And there's Jordan. That's good on the assist from Rodman. Jordan's got 24.
Giving up mid-range looks to a shooter like him, not going to help you get out of this hole.
Yeah, time for a change, because right now they're just getting beat up.
Now here's Stockton. He's got 13. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And I like when Stockton looks to score, because at times it makes the defense get over-aggressive.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. Free throw good, Stockton.
You see with Pippen and the Bulls pushing Stockton up the court, is forcing Utah to not get into their offensive rhythm. It's throwing them off. You can see it. They keep coming down, rushing their plays. Because when they get the ball up to the court, they got like maybe, 15, 14 seconds left on the shot clock before they can start their offense. That's why their offense looks so janky right now.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Chicago leading by 17. Pass to Jordan. And he gets it to fall! And Clark right before the horn.
How about the footwork to get himself gathered to knock it down?
Byron Russell, man, just why are you even trying, man? Why is Byron Russell even trying? Just using this dude, man.
18-point lead into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Right back after this break.
Man, the 96 Bulls are pretty good, huh? Like, no shit, Rex.
Michael Jordan in this game, he has been everywhere.
Don't think you can be much more efficient offensively.
12 for 15 for Jordan in the first half. All of it just through execution of the offense. Nothing really. I think he had maybe 4 one-on-one plays.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Now here's Malone. It's good. 11 points for Karl Malone.
You can tell Malone is a really instinctive scorer. He doesn't need time to think about his shot. He knows exactly what he's looking for.
Pippen outside. Back to Harper. 6 on the shot clock. Pippen with the bucket. Pippen's got 10.
Impressive touch from the swingman. Pippen just measuring the floater so well.
Now Stockton. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Here's Hornacek. And he can't bank that one in. Chicago leading by 19. Here's Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Outstanding finishing there by Jordan. Terrific at getting inside and powering the flush down.
Stockton with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Hornacek. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Rodman's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Malone against Jordan. Shoots over Malone. Utah with the rebound. Malone's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Stockton. That's tipped.
Not always easy to get a shot around the guy of Longley stature. He uses his length to get all over it for a block.
And the Jazz pushing it up now. Hornacek dishes to Russell. Here's Spencer, and it's blocked. It's Pippen on the wing. 10 points for him. Outside Jordan. Pass to Longley. Stockton against Jordan. Shoots over Stockton. The 19-footer is on the money. Jordan's got 30.
And Jordan's jumper, simply wet. Love watching him rise up and knock it down.
Utah calls timeout. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And so Stockton will bring it up for the Jazz. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for him. Pass to Malone. Rodman with the defensive effort. Chicago leading by 23. Hornacek with the steal. Here's Stockton. Russell with a wide open look. The basket is good. The assist from Stockton. Stockton's got 5 assists tonight.
Well, Russell was primed and ready to fire. Once they move the ball over to him, he's good to go.
Now, here's Rodman. Some nice ball movement here by the Bulls. Pass to Harper. 4 on the clock. Now Pippen launches a 3. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Stockton the pass to Russell. And that one, good. Russell's got 6.
This is why coaches preach ball movement. It keeps everyone engaged.
Pass to Longley. Up top, Pippen. He's guarded by Russell. 6 to shoot. Back to Pippen, and stolen by Russell. The 17-footer. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Russell's got 6 here in this quarter.
That 15 to 20-foot area, that's the sweet spot for Russell's jumper.
Pippen, the pass to Longley. Jordan, high post, over Hornacek. The jumper from the free throw line is good. 32 points for Jordan.
Not wasting any time off the catch.
Outside, Russell. To the inside. Here's Malone. Rodman grabs the rebound. The Bulls leading by 19 points. Here's Jordan. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen. Jordan's got 34 points.
When you talk about driving to the basket and finishing, Jordan is as skilled as they come. Good luck to any defense trying to stop him in that situation.
To the middle. Buries it down low.
And there.
I don't think you guys saw. I'm just gonna play it play out. Oh man, I got the steal. Finds Jordan. He fakes it. Handball fake. Damn.
Offense so much more efficient here in the second half. I like what I see.
Yeah, things really tilting their way. They've got all the momentum.
Now here's Stockton. 15 points in the game.
Pippen all over Stockton.
Malone is screaming.
Bam! Good pick by Malone, though.
Malone wide open.
Oh, I couldn't get it.
Rebound. Rodman's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Here's Jordan. He's got 34. Back to Rodman. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Rodman's got his second basket.
Making his living around the hoop. Dennis Rodman.
A challenging stretch here for Utah. Outside, Russell. Back to Stockton. Russell passes to Malone. Stockton outside. And there's the call on Karl Malone. That's foul number 2 for him. Morris is checked in for the Jazz.
Number 43, Chris Morris.
And here is Harper. Outside Pippen. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Off target on the 15-footer.
Faded back, but he might have made that a tougher shot than he needed to.
Kept alive. Here's Malone. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Malone's got 13.
Boy, cleaning up the glass and sending it right back down. Malone earning an extra possession for his team.
Pippen outside.
You know, the way his shot went so wide, pretty obvious he got fouled.
Oh, yeah, plenty of contact there.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bulls.
Well, you know, in some circles, this is an unpopular point, but there can be value in taking the mid-range shot. This team is certainly proving that tonight.
And
They've been working on a triple-double tonight. 10, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists.
Their offense.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
I think what you most appreciate about Pippen, at least I do, is his versatility. I mean, he scores it, he rebounds, he passes, and he defends at a really high level.
And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Pippen. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the
Man, Scottie Pippen is like, man, the ultimate defender. Like, this dude is just, at 96, he is just out of this world defensively, man.
Wennington, he's checked in for long.
God.
He comes in for Rodman. Tony Kukoc, he's checked in for Pippen. And Steve Kerr is subbed in for Harper. And the Jazz with possession here. Morris right side. Over Kukoc. Morris, no good.
He just can't seem to get anything to go. He's in a bit of a rut.
He's got to simplify things on offense. Concentrate on getting quality looks and not settling for bad shots.
Found the crease, took advantage, and got it in close.
An edge to this lead. They're having their way.
Here's Hornacek. Following the basket by Michael Jordan. On the wing, Stockton. Here's Spencer. Goes up again. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds. But they still come up empty. Outside, Kukoc. Five on the clock. Pass to Kerr. 3-pointer. The rebound by the Jazz. Oh, and they need a basket in the worst way.
I think they're forcing things right now, and it's why their offense looks so pedestrian.
Now, here is Hornacek. 9 points in the game so far. Back to Malone. Over Chaffee. And there's Karl Malone on the assist by Hornacek. And that's 15 points for Karl Malone.
Karl Malone, this guy delivers. Hence the nickname.
Pass to Chaffee. Jordan with the ball. Hornacek covering. From the top of the key. Jordan's shot is off. Utah shooting not looking too good out there in the second half, right around 32%. Malone at the elbow. Missed it for the 8th time in 15 tries from the floor. Jordan kicks to Kerr. Pass to Wennington. Outside Jordan. Puts one up from 19. That's good on the jump shot. Jordan's got 38 points.
And, you know, they aren't showing any signs of easing up. Their offense looks superb right now.
They can't get careless with the league. And so far, this hasn't been the case.
Stockton finds Morris. Here's Hornacek. Here's Spencer. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Jazz have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
First team foul. At the line for 2. Spencer.
First one falls for him. He doesn't get the second one. Chicago has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Outside, Jordan. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Third personal foul.
That one on Malone.
Strong move in there by Jordan to draw the contact.
He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Jordan. There's a minute 47 left here in the third quarter. Hornacek against Kerr. On the wing, Morris. Over Kukoc. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Morris has got his second basket of the night.
This is the confidence you love seeing from Morris. Outstanding job capitalizing off the catch.
There's 1:17 left in the third quarter. Caffey the pass to Jordan. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Kukoc. Fires the 3. The shot, no good. Pass to Hornacek. Nice ball movement by Utah. They set the pick. Looking to get back on track here. And there's another one for the Jazz.
Poorly executed screen, however, they prevail. Credit the shooter for overcoming the aggressive defense.
36 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Outside Jordan. And they call the foul, so he's got the...
Man, come on now with that shot. That is just crazy. That is crazy. Pump stop to a fadeaway contact, gets ball, hits it. 42 for the man.
Ryan Russell, he's checked in for Utah.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
Free throw good, Jordan. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Six on the shot clock. Nice move with the drive. Misses at the rim. And so it's Michael Jordan making things happen for Chicago. This has been a remarkable game for him offensively. Anytime you get over the 40-point mark, it's been a special, special day. And we'll be right back after this. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Kukoc with it. They've only won one title, Mike, but there's already talk about the Chicago Bulls being a dynasty in the making. What do you think?
Well, there's a clear reason for that optimism. Michael Jordan could be a generational talent, skilled at both ends, driven, and with his best years still ahead of him. Often recognized for his shooting and scoring ability, Kukoc also possesses solid court vision and is a skilled passer.
And so he hits both. Here's Morris. Pass to Donaldson. The shot's good on the assist by Morris.
Perfect pass right there from Morris. His teammates appreciate when he finds them.
Kukoc dishes to Harper. Back to Kukoc. Here's the screen. Count it. Kukoc has got 4 this quarter.
You know, given their lead, wasn't sure if they'd come out with energy in this third quarter, but there's the answer for you right there.
This is what the great ones do, not allowing the opposition to gain any hope in a comeback.
Now, here's Stockton. Russell kicks to Stockton. 5 to shoot. Pulls from the top of the key. Russell passes to Stockton. And here's Morris for 3. The rebound by Pippen. The Bulls shooting wonderfully up to this point, 67%. Now here's Kukoc. He's tightly guarded. The kick out to Harper. And stolen by Stockton. Benoit. Guarded by Kukoc. Benoit. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Kerr outside. Right side, Kukoc. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
I mean, Kukoc has the touch to strike from anywhere. The mid-range is just another place where he's a real threat.
Outside, Russell. Inside.
Pretty cunning move, taking his shot into the coverage to win the whistle.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And the first one at the line is good. The Jazz making a switch here. Ostertag's checked in. So he gets them both. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Outside Harper. Back to Pippen. To the paint. Here's Wennington. The rebound by the Jazz.
Aggressive move. That's an easy 2 points most of the time.
Now here is Morris. They set the pick. Over Kerr. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Normally he makes those shots, but he's having an off night.
Outside, Kukoc. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen. Pippen's got his 8th assist here tonight.
How about the shot selection of Tony Kukoc, a threat to sink the 3 ball? You got to chase him off of that line.
Now here's Stockton. And right away they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
This is exactly the type of competitor that he is. He's not backing down. He's not shying away. Coming right back at him with the 3 of his own.
They're going at it right now. This is the level of competition the fans love to see.
Pass to Wennington. It's hauled in by Ostertag.
Boy, defense non-existent there. But they catch a break as he whiffs it.
Russell kicks to Stockton. And here's Ostertag. Poked away. Stolen by Pippen. Here's Wennington. It's tipped. And now Utah, fast break. Pass to Ostertag. Poked loose. Stolen by Pippen. Inside, Kukoc. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Kukoc has got 11 points here in just the second half. Morris against Kerr. Stockton with it. Chicago grabs the miss. Pippen's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
All-out effort for the putback.
Beautiful. A thunderous 2 points.
He knew what to do with the board. Fantastic play.
Now here's Pippen. Clock at 6. To the wing on the left. Here's Kerr. That falls. Nice feed that time from Scottie Pippen.
So good at working off the ball. Kerr knows how to get himself into the right position so that he can capitalize off the catch and shoot.
Here is Stockton. Morris, left side. Fader on the way. Out of bounds. It'll be the Bulls' ball.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
So for the Bulls, Gaffey comes in for Scottie Pippen, and Buechler's subbed in for Harper. Chicago.
Yeah, I think Mike and Scottie can put the ice on the knees now. This one's over, man. Get the Gatorade bottle, get the ice on the knees.
Russell against Kukoc. Kerr, the pass to Wennington. Back to Kerr. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. And that one's good. Gaffey.
That time the defenders were a little lazy getting to him.
Here's Hornacek. On the wing, Malone. Shot is good off the back rim and in. 17 points for Karl Malone.
Boy, Malone has a deadly jump shot, especially from the mid-range. Doesn't get any better watching him knock that down.
Kerr, the pass to Gaffey. Up top, Kerr. Hornacek covering. Now Morris. Outside, Russell. Malone down low. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Malone's got 19 points.
Hey, the game plan is real easy, folks. Get it to Malone and let the mailman deliver.
Kerr, the pass to Wennington. Outside, Kukoc. Pass to Gaffey. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Kerr can't hit. Jazz have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. And it's slammed in by Malone.
Watch out below. It's the mailman.
Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Kukoc pass to Buechler. Back to Kukoc. Here's Buechler. Kerr outside. Over to the wing. Kukoc against Russell. And the Bulls with another miss. And Morris has got the ball here for the Utah Jazz. And Malone gets it to go on the assist by Morris. Morris has got his 5th assist in this one. Chicago leading by 22. Pass to Buechler. Here's Wennington. On the wing, Kukoc. Drops in the tray. Kukoc has got 14 points now in the second half.
You know, Kukoc has the green light right now, and because he does, he continues to decimate this defense.
Here's Hornacek, and it's good from the elbow. Chicago has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Pass to Buechler. Here's Wennington. And here's Kerr from the arc. It doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Hornacek. Outside, Russell. Kerr against Hornacek. Pass to Malone. Outside, Russell. Here's the 3. Here's Spencer. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
You know the coach loves to see that extra effort for the second chance opportunity. Well done.
Here's Kukoc. Kerr dishes to Kukoc. That's good. And so Kerr with the assist. Kerr's got 3 assists now in this one. The Jazz call timeout. John Stockton, he's checked in for Morris. Utah has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. On the wing, Stockton, defended by Kerr. Stockton, good. Stockton's got 20 points.
Well, he needs help. Scoring-wise, his teammates need to do something.
Kerr outside. Caffey the pass to Wennington. Down low. And that one's good. Caffey.
You have to like any chance that close to the hoop.
Utah's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. To the inside, Malone. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Malone draws all kinds of attention being the dynamic scorer that he is.
At the line for Utah, Malone. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Malone. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. He's perfect from the line this time. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're up by 21. Chicago making some changes.
And right from the get-go, they stood out as the better team. Their hunger to dominate and play for each other was outstanding for the Bulls.
This one was never really in doubt, Mike. They stayed firmly in control of the game throughout.
A total success story. I agree. Things were just clicking for them out there.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance from Michael Jordan.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
Kukoc hits them both. We've got 1:23 left in the 4th. Jazz shooting here about 46% for the game. Hornacek kicks to Malone. Pass to Russell. Lets it fly from 18. The rebound by Kukoc. The Bulls leading by 23. Now, here's Kerr. Here's Caffey. Shot clock at 6. And here's Kukoc. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down.
They've turned it up a notch here during this home stretch.
Yeah, saving their best basketball for when it mattered the most. That's how you secure a win.
Now, here is Hornacek. Malone outside. Back to Hornacek. Malone with the screen. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Hornacek's role is to score whenever he can, which is why the defense sometimes overcommits.
And that one falls for Hornacek.
Taking 2 shots.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And here are the Bulls now. And, Mike, they can just hold on to the ball here.
No question, they deserve to win.
Kerr with it. Pass to Kukoc. Back to Kerr. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. It takes physical and mental toughness, Clark, to win on the road. Man, they crushed it.
They sure did. And, you know, in terms of talent, there's just no comparison between these teams.
And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For our reporter David Aldridge, along with Clark Kellogg and Mike Fratello, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching tonight's game. See you next time.
Wow, that's all I can say. The 96 Bulls just shot 65, and it was all through execution. None of that offensive possessions were forced. They just ran that half-court offense into the ground. I mean, they had some turnovers in there, but for the most part, the offense was damn near perfect in the half-court, man. I think how many they had? 30. Look at that. They had 33 team assists to 18 for Utah. That's a team with John Stockton on it, man. That's wow. You out-assisted John Stockton. And yikes. That defense. And then I think what really hurt them was it wasn't just the execution of the Bulls. It was when we remember in the first part of the game, if you go back to the first quarter, Utah's offense was doing pretty good until we put Scottie Pippen on John Stockton full court. That's when the game changed. Because at that point, Stockton was not able to get the ball up to get the offense running as smoothly. They're getting it up slowly with a shorter shot clock. Now the offense is being rushed. Then the Bulls defense can go ahead and switch things off. That's when all the bad stuff started. That's when the game changed, man. Pippen's defense on Stockton really was the key of the game. Of course, Jordan had a spectacular offensive performance here. I mean, he went 43 points, 19 for 25. That's just insane. That's insane. And all of his shots were pretty much. But let's take a look at Jordan here. I guarantee you, that's a one-on-one move. That's one-on-one move. That was a fast break. That's a fast break right there. That's a fast break. They're showing all the highlight plays. That's a fast break at the end of the first quarter. That's a rebound. That's a half-court play. Pass entry. That's a rebound. That's a half-court play. Catch and shoot. They just basically showed all the highlight play, but mostly all the plays. So out of all that, you saw what? Maybe 4 fast break plays. Everything else is just half-court execution. Kukoc off the bench, 27 points, 10 for 13, 3 for 4 from downtown. Pippen with an all-around performance, Mr. All-Around, 11 points, 7 rebounds, 10 assists, 3 steals, 4 blocks. It's classic. These are classic Bulls numbers, man. Jordan with 43, Pippen with 11, 7, 10, 3, and 4. It's just, man. Then you got Rodman down here. He's got 10 boards. Not a lot of rebounds to go around when the Bulls aren't missing that many shots. Malone played a great game, though. Malone had 25.7 rebounds on 11 of 19 shooting. He played good. Stockton played pretty decently himself. He only had 1 turnover, despite all the defense that was being played on him. But they just couldn't get any open shots because the Bulls are just too good defensively. They just can't beat them off the dribble. That's the problem. And they can switch everything. Hornacek struggled to get 15 points. Brian Russell basically he shot 4 for 6. Chris Morris had about 2 more shots than the dead man. 2 for 10. Ugh. 96 Bulls are pretty good, guys. I'm gonna go out on a limb. They're a pretty good team. They're pretty good. Yeah. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that. Wow. Well, that's the first game of the 1996 season revisited, guys. Here, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the games we have on the slate that we can play. I'm not going to play every single game. I'm going to try to find the best matchups I can find. That's a good matchup right there, actually. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a hell of a matchup right there. Golden State and L.A. in 96. That'll be Tim Hardaway and Nick Van Exel going at it. That'll be a good one. Eddie Jones and Latrell Sprewell. But before that, we got the Heat and the Celtics. Alonzo Mourning, nothing much going on. They got the Hawks and the Kings would be a good one. Timberwolves, that would be interesting. A young Kevin Garnett going up against a young Rasheed Wallace. We got the Mavericks and the Bucks. We got the Warriors. We just saw that Warriors and the Lakers. Oh, here's a good one. Magic and the we're definitely doing that one. Rockets and Magic. That's Akeem and Shaq. Penny Hardaway, Drexler. Yeah, we're definitely doing that one, guys. And then you got Pacers and Spurs. That's going to be done. Oh, that's going to be a good one. Pacers and Spurs. That'll be great. So we'll do these three in the 98 season. We're going to skip over these, and we'll come back to this, and we'll come back and we'll pick up with the Warriors and the Lakers. Then we'll do Rockets and Magic, and then it'll be Pacers and Spurs. I'm going to go ahead and get that set up for you guys. Drillis Marciano. I'll do that on my own time. And that'll be let me get the jerseys together. I hate when they do this. There they go. That'll be a good game. So the next game here, the 96 series, guys, will be the Golden State Warriors going against the Los Angeles Lakers from the Great Western Forum back in 1996. Should be a good one. So, yeah, with that being said, guys, you can find this game that you saw here in the 1996 season revisited playlist on my channel. It'll go live as soon as this video goes off. You can go there and find it. I suggest you go ahead and put it in your favorites. That's where all the games will be in chronological order, as well as all the other playlists. I'll probably be coming back live. What time is it? Because I want to watch the game tonight with the OKC in San Antonio. So I'll probably go live with one more game before that. Because I think they play at 8:00 tonight. So I'll go ahead and go live. I'll probably go ahead and since we just did the 98 season, 96 season, I'm going to go ahead and come back and probably do get the 98 season going. And I'll go on with that one. Or something else. I don't know. I don't know, whatever I'm in the mood for. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Give it a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more of this. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. More to come, guys. 96 Bulls. They're pretty good. That's all I got to say. See you next time, guys.